Hello, I am Rythian, and this is Starcraft Mastery Call. This is, as you can see, a Brood War campaign remake. I say we, as always, well I mean me. I did the Rebel Yell campaign on the Starcraft Remastered engine, so to speak. I did that on the Yogs Live channel. You can go ahead and check that out if you want. I should be able... Well, you can Google it, but I'll put a link in the description if this goes out as a video, which I hope it will do. That's the plan, at least. Either way, we are now going straight into Overmind, which is the second campaign in the original StarCraft. As you can see, there are 6 different campaigns here. 3 from the original game, and then 3 from the expansion, Brood War. So we were going to be playing Zerg, as Overmind is the name of the campaign. Let's get into it. Start campaign, let's do it. So this is Mass Recall, which is basically taking the campaigns, the story, the maps, well, not necessarily the maps have been remade, and the voiceovers and the general objectives and stuff from Starcraft I, and putting it into Starcraft II, so you can actually get to use the new engine, the better looking one, but graphics is not the main reason for me doing this. It's more the quality of life stuff, all the being able to like bind multiple buildings to one group, larger group of units than 12, and so on and so on. This is fan-made, but has been around for years and years. I think Blizzard has even shouted it out at some point. The swarms have crushed the meager human resistance and laid waste to 9 of the 13 Terran worlds. Shortly after the fall of the Terran capital world of Tarsonis, the main Protoss fleet abandoned the Terran sector. Now, efforts continue on Tarsonis to weed out the remaining Protoss forces.
Awaken, my child, and embrace the glory that is your birthright. Know that I am the Overmind, the eternal will of the Swarm, and that you have been created to serve me. Behold that I shall set you amongst the greatest of my Cerebrates, that you might benefit from their wisdom and experience. Yet your purpose is unique. While they carry forth my will to the innumerable broods, you have but one charge entrusted to your care. For I have found a creature that may yet become the greatest of my agents. Even now, it resides within a protective chrysalis, awaiting its rebirth into the swarm. You must watch over the chrysalis and ensure that no harm comes to the creature within it. Go now, and keep safe my prize.
That's all we get for the very first mission. Just, we're a Cerebrate, and this is the Overmind, the greatest will of all the Zerg. I wonder how many people, when they sat down to play Starcraft campaign for the first time, actually read through the manual. This is in the old school days, where the manual had lots of backstory. I mean a lot of backstory. I've read through it all. I read through all of it. I sincerely really enjoyed this, and I had a great time reading through it. As for difficulty, by the way, back in StarCraft I, there was no difficulty. There was just the one thing. I've been playing through these on easy and on medium, and medium is actually kind of hard. I get the feeling that when the hardcore StarCraft players that decided to remake all this decided their difficulty, their level of medium was probably a little bit higher than a casual player like me. But we're gonna give it a go on medium until we get our asses kicked multiple times, and then we lower it down. Either way, this is just the first mission, and the first mission campaign is always pretty short and pretty basic. Although this is the second campaign, so remember that when you start doing this, we have already done full-on proper missions in the Terran campaign, but we're about to learn how to actually do things Zerg-wise. Cutscenes like that are basically what
The
oh,
hatchery
hello.
is the heart of any Zerg colony. It spontaneously generates larvae, which in turn are used to spawn your various warriors and minions. Now, create a drone and start gathering resources.
So, this is a bunch of special stuff in Mass Recall that you wouldn't have had normally. For example, profiles, like the Overmind, who is the collective sentience of the Zerg swarm. Created a millennia ago by the enigmatic Zelnaga, it represents the collective consciousness of the Zerg race. And so on. As, of course, details on every unit, with a little bit of lore and basically a little bit of biography, I suppose you can call it. And those little cutscenes in the beginning, which is basically, well, stuff way beyond what you got originally.
Spawn overlords provide control for your minions. As your forces grow in number, you must hatch more overlords to control them.
For Zerg, you don't actually have
To create
supplies.
new warrior strains, you must generate the various hive structures. The drones themselves mutate into these structures. Yet be careful. Never use your last drone to make a building.
You need control, which I always thought was a decent idea. It's not that your units need to eat or whatever, although, I mean, I imagine they probably eventually do. Is that you need enough overlords to kind of like send through your own consciousness to keep them from going feral. It's a cool idea. Zerg are really cool. I'd venture to say that Zerg is probably most people's favorite race. Anyway, we need to build us a spawning pool. We have the standard what's it called, Brood War sounds, or like, I guess where we go. Oh yeah, they even, tons of text even here. Damn.
Now, order your drone to become a spawning pool.
I did exactly that, buddy.
Notice that structures can only implant themselves upon the creep. You can make creep colonies to extend the creep, but only a hatchery can be built upon open ground. We require more minerals.
Dagoth. So I am a Cerebrit, which is basically like a sentient slime Zerg brain, and I'm the one that sort of controls things. Dagoth is also Cerebrit, and I am a new Cerebrit, as the Overmind told us. As always in these campaign maps, you always start with such a non-optimal placement of the hatchery.
Greetings, I am Saz. I too am a Cerebrit of the Overmind. I have located a small band of Terrans who could threaten the Chrysalis and the Hive Cluster. You must not allow them to leave here alive.
Well, we have a new objective. Destroy the town encampment. This is the Chrysalis itself. The one thing we're protecting. Character profile, Dagoth, who's the master of the Tiamat brood, the largest and most powerful brood. And then Zas is the master of the Garm brood, the primary assault force of the swarm. And then, yeah, you get basically story. A lot of this is taken... This is like... side info that I love reading through normally. I always like backstory and lore and things like that. We're gonna need some workers on this extractor. Probably, honestly, 4 with the range. Normally, if they are within perfect range, you need 3. Tell you what we need, actually. We need another hatchery. Can we actually build that maybe even closer here? Yeah, we can. Oh, there we go. Oh, what? Came in from nowhere. Taking out my extractor. Go, Zergians. Rip them apart. The music is a little bit louder than the actual effects. Probably sort that out. Yeah, drop the music to maybe like 25, which is the same as the other, and then increase the overall to like 40. That should work. Zerg have defensive structures as well, like this thing. I'm gonna prop that into a sunken colony, probably. The thing is, all Zerg structures require a drone to actually build. Can we fit in? It's not the best position here. I guess we'll just place it right next to it.
Evolution complete.
Evolution complete. So, as other races, you want maybe like multiple barracks, multiple gateways, and so on. As Zerg, you just build from hatcheries, so you just want to have non-stop hatcheries. Sound effects a bit loud. We'll find out when we go to battle. Their voice lines may be a little bit too much. We'll sort it out. One of the mistakes I did early on when I first started playing Zerg is I never built multiple hatcheries, so I was stuck just waiting for the 3 larvae to spawn every now and then. Alright, we need to build ourselves a hydrodisc den as well. Build it right here next to the chrysalis. Yeah, they're a little bit loud. Let's lower them down to 20% then, I suppose. And 70. 70. Spawn more overlords. Well, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Let's build 3 of them. I think we have plenty of resources now. Let's go scout out a little bit of the little Zerglings. Alright, actually very quiet. Neural link activated. The Hydralisk. See, they shoot needle spines, which to me, as a kid, I always thought they spit, but they don't actually spit. They like eject spines, like hundreds of armor-piercing spines within the upper carapace plates. Pretty cool. Starting to get a little bit of an army, and we're just gonna go crush the Terrans. They're over here, sitting there chilling. I think we can probably afford to build even one more hatchery, actually. Build it there. Alright, I forgot to upgrade that one. Actually, yes, the sound effects are really low now. Keep messing with these. It was mostly the voices that were loud, I suspect. Because you have to separate. What did we? Okay, here goes the sunken colony. There we go. Can we go through here as well? I assume we can. Let's build some more. The production is basically set to start for real. Oh, they snuck in behind me. Sunken Colony will take a couple of hits, but mostly we're going to bring back the army here and kill him. He's going to die. It stays at 14. Luckily, Zerg buildings regenerate. Hydralisks tend to be a little bit slow until you upgrade them. So let's do that. And their attack range is obviously a big upgrade, so let's get both of them. Alright, now we have 3 hatcheries. Now we'll just rip apart everything at this point, pretty much.
Our forces are under attack.
It's funny, someone told me last time I streamed that I was loud compared to the game. We'll just drop down the master volume a little bit. There's a lot of volume changing as we go. Hopefully it'll be sorted all right. I can always buff up my own microphone a little bit. Add some gain if need be. That tends to drop down the quality a little bit. My last Zergling, this is going to be pretty much non-stop Hydralisks. There we go, a proper big battle. You know things are desperate when they're sending wraiths at me.
Our forces are under attack.
Doesn't that sound like spit? But it isn't. It isn't spit. Believe it or not. I love when they all spit in the coordinated fashion. Yeah, we got even more idlers coming now. You like one-shot them. Like walk up next to them. Yo, what up? Okay, almost. Evolution complete. That would be the range and movement speed. Yeah, they move a lot faster now, as you can see. Chrysalis is protected, and their base is in ruins. This is indeed mass recall, yeah. Run into something over there, I imagine. Got wrecked pretty quickly. So we are up against the Omega Squadron, which is not an army we've up against most. Edmund Duke's group was the Alpha Squadron, mostly. It's not that type of mission. The Chrysalis finishes story-wise. Great success. This always gets so loud. The victory screen music. 14 minutes 30. Survival rate 74. Not horrible. I'm gonna drop the game audio for you guys a little bit.